Oh, Vishnu, you spoke about the fifth law, the law of appreciation. You've now spoken of the seventh law, but the sixth law you have not mentioned as yet.
This shall come in due process, for I am entering into vibrations where each shall learn from speaking from the higher vibration to the lower vibration and give a truer understanding to the spirit of man.
I see, yes. Vishnu, you spoke about, in relationship with me, that I was once on this vibration of heaven, or near it, and then voluntarily accepted return to the wheel of incarnation. Is this not true for all spirits?
It is only true for those who have been called and few chosen for the work that must be done within this present time. It is not for all to yet see nor understand the kingdom of God.
Oh.
You have seen that kingdom, but it is shadowed by the millions of earth years. And though it is not forgotten by your spirit, the magnitude of your expression cannot be understood until you reach within the fold of vibration which you shall come into as you go about your duty.
Oh, Vishnu. Vishnu, would you tell us the function or use of each of the spiritual centers or psychic centers in the body that you mentioned?
The psychic centers are encased in the physical body. We speak first of the mind, the depth and breadth of life. Here resides a mind-brain where all vibrations enter and are cast out by a logical brain. Yet each thought has a meaning within the full expression of mankind, for no thought can be called ridiculous, for each thought is coming into the mind of the spirit for a purpose that reflects all past lives, and those that look within with a deep meditation can find each piece fits the puzzle of their life. The eyes are the window panes of the spirit. The light in the eye is the spiritual reflection that is caused from the mirror of living. The nose is the function of breath, for here every action of odor or a fragrance in a material way is reacted upon the spirit that gives a truer understanding to the chemistry of a physical expression and then reacts upon the spiritual breath. It is a gateway to the sixth center. That is what you understand as the whole endocrine system. The mouth is where the activated vibration is possible by the passage of air through your larynx box. Here is where man meets a great defeat, because he must be careful of his utterances, for he is expressing thoughts through the voice channel, and as they are expressed, they are reacted upon by the first psychic center. The throat is the region where many vibrations come in from the rings of progression. Here is where the constrictions oftentimes happen to those who chose a negative path. Here is where the precious liquid of life is stored, so that man may give vent to his reactions and feelings toward all his environmental factors. The navel region is the very nucleus from my vibration to all mankind. For here is the true purpose or way where every thought can find an answer, where even the anatomy can be exposed as a giant screen, and there to look within this diaphragm and see the pulsations of life. For here too is where all strong reactions are the prime cause of all disease in your universe. Or if you cannot balance this region, and you constantly feel the clutch of death and of fear, then you cause a rapid growth of cellular structure that drives the spirit back to its true progression. The sexual reproductive organs are the vital parts of creativity, and it is not where the expression of man can be understood on sensual pleasures.
Oh, Vishnu, what is the essential difference between a male and female?
My male is a positive vibration. A woman is a positive negative vibration. She is one that is truly has come from the positive vibration of man. It is the fable of the missing rib. Yet woman is positive, for she comes from the positive side of man. Yet negative, for there must be an opposite polarity or stream to the electrical currents to make possible a perfect union.
Vishnu, is there an equivalent of sexual expression in the higher progressions?
It is not a sexual act as would be understood on the material, but the thirst is quenched when you come into a true understanding of what creation and creativity mean in the very nucleus of all life.
Oh, Vishnu, what are the full causes of homosexuality?
They are but overlaying patterns when in the past lives of that individual they were opposite to what they are in the present life. They come into life too quickly from being a man, then come in as a woman, and in coming try to express themselves from that past life, thus bringing about an untrue desire. Once the key of understanding is turned in the reincarnation principle, and they see themselves as they once were.
Well, then is it true that the homosexual is maybe a person who has reincarnated without preparation, prematurely, as you mentioned last time?
Not only prematurely, but have brought within the material expression the strong desires which have remained latent up until the time they seek a new expression.
Oh, Vishnu, what is the esoteric meaning of the element earth?
Earth, to you, is a hard substance. It is of rock and sand, lava, extreme heat, and a constant expansion of the word dust. The full expression of earth, used in a true way, is the word given to the physical body. And each body is actually a segment of all earth. For dust, even to the finest particle, still vibrates a consciousness and has an understanding of life beyond the limitations of man.
Oh, Vishnu, why do I have the feeling that I am somehow directly connected with Apollo more than with other entities?
For upon the circle of progression, or of the inner light structure of fine vibration, you have been like a spiritual brother to this entity that has only been labeled Apollo, but is a true vibration within the Krishna ring.
Oh. Since you, Vishnu, created all things for proper use, is there any proper use for non-habit forming drugs?
There is no use for any drug. The body is the finest machine in operation. And when we understand the balance and harmony of life, then from the progressions or inner belts of spirit come those health vibrations that give even balance to chemistry. It is, and simply said, that thought can control the true balance of all life.
Oh, Vishnu, do all investigations of physical science and historical truth come under the law of God perception, the fifth law?
Not in many cases, yet there can be exceptions. But they are not based within the structure of compassion, nor are they fully understood, for they have only scratched the surface of that book of knowledge.
Oh. Vishnu, before the evolution of the human physical body on the earth, was the exact same form and shape of man existing in spirit?
It was and is a spiritual entity, a fog-like substance, and it is only in full expression when it is free from all the encumbrances brought about by the limitations man places upon true spiritual law.
Vishnu, is it true that there are hostile secret people in the body living in cities under the ground or under the sea on this earth, as related to me by Mr. Loring Williams, and that they are trying to gain control of mankind?
This is untruth and is a spiritual negative, for the law of the universe is love, spiritual love that is constant, and there shall not be any threatening powers, only the threatening of your choice in life between the positive and negative vibration.
Well, is Mr. Williams being deceived at this time in some way?
It is only a misconception of the entities that are in attunement with his life. It is necessary to seek a better and truer growth than to stalemate on the other plane.
I see. Vishnu, I did not understand your answer to the question of the esoteric meaning of the Bible story of the revolt and fall of the angels.
This was a moment when it was a spiritual change from a negative to a positive vibration, and it can be truly associated with the present time in which you vibrate.
You mean today, negative, well, that a transition is being made today between from a negative to a positive?
There is going to be, and is very near, when there will be a spiritual shift of the vibration. And though the negative conditions still are in a point of command, they will be shifted from the higher realms or outward ring to a positive vibration that will bring a true spiritual reaction that has been felt by mankind in many of the great cataclysms and moments of history.
Oh, Vishnu, do the ants who live in complex societies have intellectual conceptions, memories, and traditions?
It is all of the spirit. It is constant in its flow, whether it be the fine grain of sand or the little acorn that is planted within the dust.
Well, I was speaking of those bugs, insects, ants, that make these great societies with with millions of them all working in such perfect cooperation with each other. And I just wonder if they have an intellectual life in any way like the life of man.
They have intellectuality in the expression of spirit and also in expressing to each other, for they hold the secret of the law of balance and growth.
Oh, Vishnu, is there a memory of the early forms of animal life preserved and passed down by the cells of the body? I mean, that a person could go back through the memories of the cells into the evolution of earlier forms of life?
There is nothing impossible for man to do when he finally opens the screen of his life, and there any question can have an answer from all Akashic Records.
Oh, I see, I understand. Vishnu, we talk down here a good deal about the question of luck, and some people believe in it. It is said that certain numbers are lucky or unlucky. What sense is there in this?
There is only one number that can reflect upon the energy of all life, This is the number 7. For it is a word, if you say it to yourself over and over again, gives an expression to the mind that you little understand, but can gain more enlightenment as you use it, and then have a true revelation where the true number is in the universe.
Oh,
Luck, good fortune, or silly games and puzzles are but the toys of mankind, for it is a gain through the mind and projecting into the energy that which is truly needed shall come to pass.
oh, Vishnu, which of the Greek philosophers came closest to the truths of spirituality?
The great philosophers each had a work to do. Each gave a little to the whole, and each philosopher, lest you forget, came into history at the time they were needed.
Oh, Vishnu, Elwood Babbitt tells me I have had 7, that I have 7 spiritual counselors or advisors. May I know their names?
They shall come to you, but they must come in true revelation. They must come within your own spirit, and you shall see them and know them. But to give full confidence to your spirit, they must come in under your own canopy of thought.
Oh, I see. Well, how do you feel?
They don't waste any time in sending me back, I know that, or waking me up. They must go right up to the last second.
Yes, I guess so.
What did we get today?
Well, very good indeed. Now, this time I asked him for the meanings laid behind these 7 centers. It's the body, 7 psychic or spiritual centers. What's the meaning of it?
Yeah.
People keep on saying that the centers are such and such and such, but what are the meanings?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a very good answer.
Yeah, good.
And a good many others.